Hello and welcome to In a flash fiction reading series by Sweetycat Press. I'm Dave Gregory, and the first story that I'm honored to read is April Violets by David Bowmore. April Violets was previously published in the Inner Circle Writers Group romance anthology, and it was also published in the webzine Setu. Each installment of In a Flash will have a collaborating partner, and the co-sponsor of today's reading is Christine Tabaka. April Violets by David Bowmore. It would be the last time he'd ever see her. The first time he had set eyes on her, he'd been on his way back to his garrison. She was getting off the bus he was about to get on. She didn't notice one speck of him. He saw every detail of her, from the 2-inch heel to the hat pinned with a pheasant feather to her freshly curled hair, the pencil line up the back of each leg disappearing beneath a skirt cut just below the knee, a snakeskin handbag crooked over the left arm. He caught the sweet scent of April violets as she brushed past him, her dark eyes set to a distance far away. Not the roar of a red London bus, or the choking of diesel fumes, nor the hustle and bustle of street life in a country at war got in the way of April violets. Time stopped. He stopped. She continued on her way. So did the bus. He was transfixed as she melted around the corner. He couldn't help but follow. With determination and an air of authority, she entered a pub. But time was pressing, and he had to be back on base. He turned around, waited for the next double-decker, and dreamed of seeing her, meeting her, talking to her, and knowing her. She was so very beautiful. He often wondered what might have happened, how things would have turned out if he had followed her inside the pub instead of letting her go. But a corporal and a sergeant of barbaric brutality, trained to dehumanize, were waiting for him, and no one wanted their fury in hell to come down upon them. Not even the busty, elegant goddess that glided past him would detain him any longer than was necessary. A week later, he saw her for the last time. He ventured into the dark recesses of the Lamb and Staff. She was serving drinks, and with skillful agility, darting past the grubby reaches of the clientele. Her lips wore a full pout of red. Her golden hair bounced about her shoulders. She showed enough cleavage to intrigue. He heard the banter, the laughs, and the refusals. She was, in every word and action, a barroom vision, to be seen and admired from afar. Talk? Yes. Touch? No. Or receive a slap. He finished his pale ale and then went away to war. Now, 4 years later, he takes the dog around the corner. Or perhaps the dog takes him. He's been a London lad all his life, and knows this particular corner from his toddling days. Then that scent again. April violets. In his own darkest hours on the front line, or later in hospital, it was her face that floated before him. She was the one he was protecting from the Germans. Because he loved her. He'd only spoken to her once to order a drink, and didn't even know her name. Yet she was, and always would be, April violets. Excuse me, are you wearing April violets? Who wants to know? She says with a hard, sharp edge to her voice. Oh, no one, miss. I'm sorry. He begins to turn away, embarrassment and shame taking their usual places front and forward of every other emotion. I remember you, she says, more softly now. Pale ale, weren't it? And then, as if only noticing for the first time, what happened to your eyes? An explosion. My seeing days are over. Oh, my poor boy! Come home and meet me, Mum, she said, taking him gently by the arm. That was when he truly saw her for the first time. And that was April Violets by David Bowmore. This installment of In a Flash was co-sponsored by Christine Tabaka. I'm Dave Gregory.